Hello, friends of Thomaston Outdoor Track. This is the boys edition, and same as the other videos that I've been making, it's quite a different year. No invitationals. Again, we're just happy to be participating for the most part. But we had no invitationals. We had just dual meets, which is different than normal if you're not familiar with our seasons. It was interesting because we had no outdoor season last year, and so a lot of these kids had never participated in high school outdoor track. So anyway, we had a lot of dual meets, and we did really well. We ended up the year 5-3, which is incredible considering we had really 13 kids on the boys team, which is very, very small. And a couple of them actually got hurt even. And so we finished the season with 11. But we did really well. Let me go through and just share some of the team with you. We had seniors Joe Buchanan, Anthony Mella, and Chad Suckley, and they certainly made huge contributions to the team. We had sophomores, Connor Foss, Michael Grant, Daniel Guerrera, Nate Kowalski, and Keon Reyes. And freshmen, Josh D'Alessio, Justin Dorso, Tyler Laporta, Nathan Marsh, and John Renaulter. Hopefully I didn't miss any because I'm kind of reading the list. So I don't think I did. But let's just go through a little bit of their accomplishments for the season. Again, they were 5-3, which is really good because, a good track team is a big track team generally, and we weren't very big, but there was a lot of smaller teams around the league, probably around the state this year, and we held our own. And the reason we did is because we really did have a diverse and talented bunch of guys. We had distance runners. Again, we'll switch back and forth. Our distance runners were mainly Joe and Connor and Keon. So they held that down. We had a group of sprinters. Some of them, and most of them did other things as well, but not everybody. Our sprinting crew was Dan Guerrera, Anthony Mella. Part of the season, Nate Kowalski. He ended up throwing for us because he had a little tweaky injury that we couldn't seem to get past. And then we had some guys that did some sprinting for us, but also jumped, like Justin and John. Tyler sprinted for us, Tyler Laporta, and Nate Marsh sprinted for us. So yeah, and in our mid distance, we could really call Mike Grant and Dan Guerrera two that really came in the middle. Hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody. Our throwing was held down by Anthony, with some help from Nate and Mike, and Chad Suckley jumped for us, as did Justin and Johnny, and Nate Marsh for part of the season, and Dan and Nate Kowalski. There's a lot of jumpers, a lot of people doing stuff. So we could fill the events pretty well, and our relays did fairly well, but we just had a small team, so we just couldn't really fill out that whole team. But we did just fine. So we get to the Berkshire League Championships, and we finished right smack in the middle of the league there, 5th out of 9, in front of 4, behind 4. But we did have some excellent performances. In the running events, we'll head off the day using our secret weapon, because we hadn't run Dan Guerrera in the 4x8 all year, and we put him in there, and that was that just kind of put us over the edge. So we ended up winning the 4x8, and so Dan, Joe, Mike, and Connor all ended up to be Berkshire League All-Stars because of that. So that was one of our highlights of the BLs. Our other win came from Anthony Mella, who actually kind of won twice. Anthony won the 300 hurdles, which was quite an amazing thing. He actually had a tweaky injury too, and hadn't run for a couple of weeks. Came out at BLs and won. He placed highly in the Jav, and a couple of days after, he won the league decathlon champion. So he is, in many ways, the best athlete in the Berkshire League. So good for Anthony. Joe Buchanan was second in the 800, and Dan was, I think, third in the 400. So we had some really strong finishes. Okay, so who gets coaches awards? Well, again, we got to go with performance and leadership and everything all wrapped into one, including, even though it's really not an award for academics, but certainly academics can get in the way if they're not good enough. But we love to have good students on our teams, and most of them are. But all those things go into play for a coaching award. So our first one goes to, I think, our team leader, and he did everything for us, as his decathlon championship would indicate. He threw. He was throwing the shot. He's one of the top shot putters in the league. I think he was third in that event at BLs as well. He threw the disc once or twice. Threw the jab better than most. He'd jump. He sprinted for us. He did hurdles for us. He ran on 4x1, 4x4 for us. And so, and he was one of our captains. So, congratulations, Anthony Mella. Again, what a huge season you had. So, congratulations on that. Our second award goes to a young guy who, I think is, again, a leader of the team in his effort and his performance. And I made mention of him as he joined our 4x8 and really performed really well for us there, and helped us bring home that championship. But he's there every day working hard, and it shows. He's already one of the fastest 400-meter runners in the league as well. So he had a dynamite season, really positive attitude. Glad to have him for a couple more years. Congratulations, Dan Guerrera, for winning a coach's award this year. Before I leave, is not just an award from me, because we had we had a new assistant coach this year, Coach K, and did a great job. And I think his enthusiasm was infectious, and our team had the right attitude from the kids and from our staff. Just having a good time, working hard, and being successful at track and field. We are taking off to states pretty soon, so I won't publish a sequel to this, but hopefully the second part of our championship season will go as well, and we have some fine performances in the upcoming state championship. All right, that is pretty much all I have for you. So thanks for joining me. And